How you doing, Splitter Sports fans? My name is Andy Ferguson, and I'm here for the first ever Friday feature with LMU Athletics. Friday feature is something we're going to be doing from here on out on Fridays with a different student athlete from Lincoln Memorial, kind of something where I just sit down and talk to him a little bit, get to know him myself, and then you guys at home, you get to know the student athletes here on campus. So today I'm here with Joe Medel from the men's lacrosse team. He's a three-time captain. He's a senior. He's a smart dude, and he is here to let us know a little bit more about himself, lacrosse in general, and then the team upcoming this year. And the first thing I want to ask you, I guess the place we should probably start, is just tell us a little bit about you.
That's not a problem. I was born in Chicago. I lived there for 5 years. After that, my family moved to Virginia Beach, Virginia. I lived there for the last 16. And the last 2 years, I've been out in Phoenix, out west, and just been living life ever since, just having a good time. Experience in the country.
So you went from Chicago to Virginia Beach, and you spent most of your time in Virginia Beach, correct?
Yes, when I say I'm from somewhere, I usually say I'm from Virginia Beach.
Gotcha. Well, I'm from out west, so I can understand Chicago a little bit, but I don't really, I've never been to Virginia Beach myself. So, what was it like growing up there? What's it like? What were you into?
It was a cool area. It's where the largest naval base in the country is, Norfolk Naval. So there's people from all over the country who come in and cycle through there. It's got this cool identity of just a really big melting pot. Everybody's from somewhere different. My best friend's from San Diego, and I got another friend who's from North Carolina. I got another friend that's from Italy. It's really cool just getting to know everybody in that area. It's really a relaxed environment. It's real nice in the summers, go to the beach, hang out. And then in the winter, it's pretty mild, but at the same time, you can get snow every once in a while.
So, Joe, if you were just hanging out at Virginia Beach, just a normal day, what did you like to do? What would you do at Virginia Beach, just a normal day?
A normal day, go to the beach early in the morning, hang out there till about noon, get back home, probably cook up some crabs, something like that, go to the grill. After that, go out fishing, hit up a few spots out on the bay, maybe out on a pond, a lake. Then nighttime, you just go out and have a bonfire with friends, hang out in the backyard. And
so a lot of outdoor activities.
Oh yeah, it's perfect for that. A lot of places go fishing, hunting, just being outside. It's pretty flat, so as far as mountains and hiking go, it's not like here. There's a few woods, a few swamps and stuff like that. You can go hiking around, but for the most part, you're just outside having a good time with friends.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Outdoors,
keep
yourself out of trouble or get into more trouble, just depending on what you do. Like I said, I've never been to Virginia Beach, so one thing that I wanted to ask you, because we talked the other day about you being from there, and I was thinking about Virginia Beach, and I was like, if we were there instead of here right now, and it was just us two, we finish here, where would you take me? I mean, if I'm a guy who's never been there before, one, what would we do? We'd have to do something fun, and to show me your hometown. What would we do? But the most important question would be, where are we going to eat?
All right, so we're going to start off the first part of the day. We're going to go to the boardwalk. Go up down there, check out all the sites. That's like the big tourist place to go, the boardwalk. And then for dinner that night, we're definitely going out to Waterman's. That's right on the water. It's right on the boardwalk. Great atmosphere, great environment. I mean, it's just a nice, fun, electric environment.
So I'm guessing that's seafood.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
if you're there, you have to, right?
Oh, yeah, have to.
That sounds awesome. Well, we're going to go. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to go. So your parents live in Phoenix.
Yep.
And did you tell me the other day that you actually were out in Phoenix this whole last summer?
Yep, I drove all the way out to Phoenix right after school. Me and a few buddies just took a road trip across the country.
Tell me about that drive, because that's got to be brutal.
It's 27 hours in a car with 3 dudes, and it was pretty brutal, especially that stretch from New Mexico to Texas. It's just flat nothingness.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. And pretty much once you got outside of Tennessee, everything just started looking the same. New Mexico is definitely the roughest. New Mexico looks like the background of an old 80s video game where you run across a screen and then the screen just repeats itself. It's
you have like the plateaus and stuff?
Oh yeah, it just goes up and it's, I thought I saw that mountain about 2 hours ago. But it's...
So, well, besides the drive, I've been to Phoenix a few times. It's a cool city, and your parents live out there, so that's awesome, man. Well, you're here at LMU to play lacrosse. Now, for me, I was a soccer player. I don't know much about lacrosse at all. I've watched it a few times, but that's about it. But in my mind, you have like soccer on one end, which is, it's all about fitness and tactics and technique and stuff. But there is some physical in there, but not a lot. But then like in the middle, I put like American football,
right.
which way more physical. You're actually trying to hit each other, but you have pads. Then on the far end, I would put like rugby because you're like trying to hit each other, but there's no pads or anything, and those guys are insane. So where does lacrosse fit on that spectrum overall as a sport?
I would say probably in between the soccer and football aspect. You're still using the technique and the finesse, but there's more of that grinding, I'm going to pop you in the mouth with a metal stick every once in a while kind of feel to it. It's fun though, because you do have to have that physical exertion where you're running up and down the field as fast as you can for minutes, and then you get your rest if you're a midfielder. But then at the same time, if you're running down the alley, you got to worry about the big dude just sliding over and just putting you on your butt. So. But
you're a goalie, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
No, I don't. I have the fun advantage of not having to be hit too often by other people. Balls, on the other hand, are definitely a different story.
I mean, you just got done before we did this telling me that you got hit in the chest or the stomach and then the bicep, and you're just playing it off like, I mean, at least I don't have to run.
Yeah.
Which to a normal person like me that's the most insane thing I've ever heard. But I'd have you show your bruises, but they're probably not. We got kids watching this.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
But so you say it's very physical, but you're a goalie, so you have to worry more about the balls hitting you than a player hitting you. But can a player hit a goalie in lacrosse?
They can, but not technically. So there's this nice big ring around the goal called the crease, and as long as the goalie's inside there, nobody can touch him. But the second I step out of there, like people go crazy, and all they want to do is hit the goalie in the worst possible way.
So you live in the crease?
Yeah, I
try to. Anyways.
I try to. I'll come out every once in a while. I try to hold my own with the guys, but I find comfort in the crease.
I certainly would too. Now, so you play lacrosse for LMU, which is awesome. This is the third year of the program,
yep.
Right? You've been a captain the first 2 years, you're going to be a captain this year, you're a senior. That's awesome, but where did lacrosse begin for you? I mean, has it always been lacrosse? Like in Virginia Beach, was it lacrosse, or did you start with another sport?
My parents were really big advocates of playing two sports, where play one sport in the fall, take a break in the winter, go be a kid, and then the spring it was always another sport. And for me it was football in the fall and baseball in the spring. It was me and my brother. We'd always go out and play football in the fall out in just the rec league, Pop Warner. And we took the winter off, just playing basketball in the driveway, being outside with the other kids in the neighborhood. And in the spring, it was always baseball, and we always drove out to a local college. We were on an AAU team. And we'd play all the way through the summer, and then when football season started back up again, just transfer right back into football. One spring, though, my parents were just driving around. My brother decided to quit baseball, and they just saw a road sign that just said Hampton Roads Lacrosse. And they called the number, found out it was a sport, and they signed him up. And they came home one day with all the pads, and I was completely sold. I was like, oh, I get to play football now in the spring and the fall? Like, I'm going to 100% do this.
Right.
So I started playing lacrosse in the spring, and, there was a lot of kids starting out, like 30 kids on a team, only 10 play on the field at a time. So it was a lot of time on the bench, but nobody ever wanted to play goalie. So it was like that one spot that always had the playing position that no one wanted to play. And I was always on the bench, so you know what? I'll step up, I'll play goalie, actually play the game. And we won our first game of the season with me playing goalie, so I was like, all right, it seems like I have a pretty good knack for this. And then the next game, I just remember getting hit in the knee with a ball and just not being able to stand up for the rest of the day. But I got to play the whole day, so that's how...
So you became a goalie simply because it was more playing time?
100%.
That's incredible. But, and then, I mean, you said your second game, you took your first hit.
Oh, yeah.
Did that ever... deter you, or did it actually just make you want to play more?
Oh, maybe I want to play more because I saved the ball. And I was
saved the ball? You still have the ball that hit you in the knee?
Oh, no.
Oh, I was going to say, that'd be cool. Cool, man. Well, so you started out when you were a kid, and you moved up. Now, did you play in high school as well?
Yep. I played all through high school. I was the starting goalie all 4 years at the high school. I went to a small Catholic school, so we don't have a whole lot of people at our school. Our team probably consists of somewhere between any given year 13 to 18. So, and 10 play at a time. And you usually try to play 16 in a game with subs. So I got to play and start, and I played in every game except for one, all 4 years of high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of wear and tear on the body.
That's not too bad. My athletic trainers took care of me and stuff in high school, so I was able to get back out on the field.
Now, speaking of athletic training, that's what you're here for, correct?
Correct. That's my field of study.
So talk to us about, what you want to do with that, how's school going for you so far, and then how does that I feel like that's not easy. That's not an easy major. That takes some work. So how do you balance that with being the captain of the lacrosse team?
It's really all about priorities, and if you care about something, you're going to make time for it. But athletic training, it's a tough field. It takes a lot of studying. It's a health profession, so you're studying the same things as nurses and things of that nature, where you've got class 5 hours a day, and then you flip right over, and then you're in the athletic training clinic, and you're doing hours in there, and then you throw lacrosse in on top of that. It really comes down to time management, getting it done. I do care about both things equally, so it really comes down to, okay, they both need their both equal times. It's time to lacrosse mode now, and then flip back over to athletic training mode, and it's just a constant flip flop.
So, assuming you're going to get out of here with an athletic training degree, where do you go from there? What's your goal, I guess, is my question.
The goal is to try to work Division I, Division II athletics, hockey and football preferably. I like the high contact, high collision. It keeps me on my toes. It's fun to watch. We'll call that the big time. Hockey is one of my favorite sports to ever watch. It's just that fast pace, get up and go, and throw in some hitting and some dudes skating around on, essentially knives, on a surface that you're not supposed to walk on,
right?
And no better combination.
So no lacrosse for you after here?
It would be cool to be able to do it, but I need to get back to the sport eventually. The next 2 years, I'm going to try to get a graduate assistantship position somewhere, and just lacrosse opportunities for that are very slim.
Sure.
But I would have no problem getting out into that field later.
Of course. Well, that sounds like a pretty intense major to go into, an intense career field with all the studying you have to do, and then playing lacrosse on top of that, being the captain. So you're in charge of your team. I mean, that's something that's really awesome. So good job. Well, what I want to do now is I want to kind of transition to something a little fun, so we get to know him a little bit better on, not all serious question based. So I kind of created this idea called Rapid Fire, which might be terrible, but it might be awesome. So I brought my awesome Chiefs hat because I'm a Chiefs fan, which we'll talk about that later. But in here, I have a bunch of just random questions that I came up with. I had some people around the athletics offices here come up with. And so I'm just going to pull one and read it, and just give me the best answer you got.
All right,
it has to be truthful, though.
That's fine.
I want the truth from you. All right, I'm going to pick the first one. I'm not looking, though.
All right, see what we got.
Let's see the first one here. Oh, this is a good one. Joe, what is your secret superpower?
Oh, my secret superpower is easy. Being able to cook. The most favorite thing to do on a weekend is me and my buddies will pull together $10, go to the grocery store. I'll go all Rain Man in my head, figure out what's going to combine with what for the cheapest cost, and we'll just go back and make stuff.
$10 can get you a good meal?
$10 can buy me a lot more than you think. One day we went out and we got a bag of shrimp, 2 pineapples, some onions, and some coconuts. And we just cooked everything inside the pineapple and then just ate it. And it was the greatest meal I think we've had on campus.
Wow, well, with the question what's your secret superpower? Cooking is not the one that most people would think would be a superpower, but hey, if you're good at it, if you can make that meal with $10, then that I would say is a superpower. But let me know next time you're doing that. I'll chip in some money. Let's pick another one here. All right, this is a good one. What fashion trend do you just not get?
I don't get the joggers. I'm not sure what's going on with those. They just don't look very comfortable. I don't really understand how they can be so slim around the waist, but then so large up in the hips. I just don't get them. People will walk around in them. They just don't look like they're biologically correct.
So you don't go up and ask, so can you explain this to me? You just
It's just, people are just like, no, man, they're just the best. And it's like, that's not a good enough explanation. I need something sort of substantial.
Well, yeah, with your athletic training and all that stuff, you're used to having everything laid out for you. And so if you they just said, oh, it works, I can see. I would agree with you. I don't understand that very much either. Yeah. But, hey, if that's what they say, more to them, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do 1 or 2 more here because these are good. I promise I'm not looking at these. I'm just picking one. Okay. Oh, this is an interesting one. Scott probably put this one in. If you could swim in any liquid, what would it be and why?
I could swim. That's a tough one.
So if you're like a pool, you're back home.
Right. If I had to swim in any liquid, it would probably be sweetened coconut milk.
Really?
I love coconut. It's one of my favorite flavors. Just to be able to just have it be around me and everything, it would just be the coolest thing in the world.
Coconut milk. Wow. I feel like that would be I'd be sick. Like I'd jump in there and just start puking.
Oh no, it'd be the best time. It'd be a little sticky, but you know, coconut's it's my favorite smell. It's my favorite taste. Coconut.
So you're like sunscreen is coconut.
Oh, like
Scent.
100%. I'm always rubbing that on before practice, anyways.
Nice. Well, you know that answer is probably better than like Jello, because I feel like the normal person would be like, oh, Jello or like pudding. Which you just like stick in it.
Yeah, you just dive in and now you're stuck.
Coconut milk. Well, that's one that I've never heard before, but I like it. That's it.
Yeah, keep it interesting.
So we're hearing stuff that I've never. You know, you're coming out of left field with some of this stuff. I like that. Oh, this is a short one. Oh, see, this question's probably not fair to you, but I'm gonna ask it anyways.
Let's see what you got.
Oceans or mountains?
Oh, oceans.
I knew it.
100%.
I wonder how I knew that.
You know,
Virginia Beach.
Yeah, but then I did move out to Phoenix, and there's mountains everywhere. They're starting to grow on me, and then you know we're here, and there's just rolling mountains. These mountains don't really compare to the ones out west, but they're beautiful nonetheless. But there's something about an ocean that you just look at it and you just get mesmerized.
I would say, you know, for me, I would agree. I mean, I grew up in Colorado, so I grew up around mountains, but there's something about the ocean, man. You're right. It just does it to you. It's awesome. But all right, well, let's do one more. I hope this is a good one. We'll do one more here. Gotta make sure. I want it to be good. Oh, all right. All right, you ready for this?
Let's do it.
Oh, okay. Are you a morning or night person, and why?
That's a tough one. I would say I'm a little of both, but probably more of the morning person. You could probably ask my roommates when they're still sleeping. I'm up, probably a little louder than I should be, and they get a little frustrated with me. I'll wake up, first thing I'll do is I'll pop on Bob Marley and start going about my room. Probably another thing that I bother them with is just my music choice.
Bob Marley, though.
Oh yeah, I mean we got the one kid in my room who's from inner city Detroit, and the other kid from Memphis. And you got one jamming out the country, the other's jamming out to some rap and hip hop, and then you've got the kid from the beach listening to Bob Marley.
It's fitting.
You know, it's nice. It calms me down. People always talk about the stereotype for a goalie is there's something wrong with their head, and you know, for me, it's just I'm always just constantly tense and a little angry. But the Bob Marley and the cool vibes kind of cool me down. Probably the same thing with the coconut.
Yeah, there you
go. It just
yeah.
mellows me out, keeps me going through the day. But yeah.
So you'd be perfect if you had like an infinity pool filled with coconut milk overlooking the ocean with some Bob Marley playing.
That would be
some stuff on the
100%. 100%.
So there's your future right there.
There we go.
We just decided it today.
That's fine with me. I live that.
That's cool. That sounds amazing. But well, let's transition real quick. Those were good job, by the way. Getting some random questions. I don't know how I would respond to people just started asking me random questions. But let's move forward to kind of focus it back to LMU here before we get you out of here. I know we have some, the lacrosse season doesn't start till, what is it, February?
Yeah.
Is the regular season?
We'll start practicing in January, but we won't have our first game until February.
But as you and I were talking the other day, you have a scrimmage coming up. What is it, this next week?
Yeah, we have a little scrimmage with a couple of schools on the 8th. But then we have our fall play day, which is the cause we do for St. Baldrick's. It's a charity that's run for children's cancer. And we've done the last 3 years, and we've been in the top 10 schools in the country that have raised money.
So about the fall play day, it's October 22nd, correct?
Correct.
So you have, how does that work? You have, do teams come from around the area to play here? Or?
Yeah, we'll grab a couple of schools. They're usually within 3-4 hours of the school. They'll come here. We'll start playing. The first game will probably be somewhere around 9, 10. And then we'll just play all the way until probably like 4 o'clock at night. But we'll play 2, maybe 3 games depending on how coach is feeling for us. And, no one keeps score. You play your quarters and halves. And you just play your little round robin type feel.
And it's all for you said it's for a charity, for a cause.
Yep, it's all for charity. It's all for St. Baldrick's. It's a charity again for children's cancer, and they send some people out, and you donate some money. You can get your head shaved, support the kids. It's a big thing. A lot of the parents for the team show up. They're cooking. Everyone's. It's like a little party.
So obviously you want as many fans from the area to come out. Can fans come out, students?
Oh yeah, fans, students, parents, dogs, whatever you got, bring them out. We'll take care of them.
Down at the lacrosse complex down there?
We're going to be down at the lacrosse complex. We got a couple of fields down there, a big gravel parking lot, a little tailgating. It's a fun time.
So it's going to be a big party, just a fun atmosphere to get some lacrosse flowing in the blood for a good cause, and so we don't have to wait all the way till February for it.
Yeah, February's a long ways away, so this is a good little break.
I guess finally, one thing I'll ask you, and this is the 3rd year of the program. You've been a captain of the you've been involved ever since the very beginning. So what's it going to look like this year? You're right there with the team. You're on the team. What do you feel about this upcoming season for you guys?
This year feels special. We got a lot of the freshmen that came in this year, and they can absolutely play. And they're giving a lot of the returners a run for their money. But then a lot of the returners are starting to kind of fill into the roles that they're brought in to do. We got kids stepping up, being leaders that we didn't expect to be leaders at the same time, though. It's been really interesting and special where people have been taking on different roles and leaderships.
So it's going to be a good year, you're thinking?
I think it's going to be a good year. I mean, we got a really tough schedule, but I don't think it's anything that we can't handle. I'm really confident in what we're going to be able to do this year.
Well, there you have it, Splitter Sports fans. Joe Medel, senior goalkeeper for men's lacrosse. Like I said, 3-time captain, so he knows what he's talking about. Make sure you stay around the area. We got a scrimmage next week. October 22nd is the fall play day. Sounds like it's going to be a really fun time. There's going to be food, and it's for a good cause. So, I mean, I'm going to be there, and you guys should be there too. So make sure you head out, support the lacrosse team and the charity here in the end of October. And thanks for being on here with us, chatting with us, and good luck this next month, and then obviously this next year.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Happy
Joe.
to be here.